Okay, so we have Nick, who has been on the podcast before. We have Parker and Addie, Tyler, Brandon, James, Robin, and myself.
Yeah.
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 Not our normal crew, but this is the Domino's crew. We don't know who's working, but it's not us.
Domino's is closed today.
Podcast
Not
day.
on Christmas, but on podcast day we're closed.
Or Halloween. Where we were 100 orders down at one point. But we don't like to remember that.
What a night to remember.
I don't know. I just remember literally directly after my shift, sped to Ryan's house. Forgot.
Dude, I think
I don't
Greg got,
remember
like,
Halloween or Christmas.
It's okay, buddy.
I think Greg got like $350 on Halloween or some shit. That's ridiculous.
He also got
Yeah.
wasted.
Yeah, worked in open clothes on Halloween, and immediately after was like, "Let's booze it up, boys."
The bong from the
He
bowl.
hit the bong, from the bowl
Oh my.
instead of the top.
Oh my.
He's old school.
Oh,
He's great now.
Eats the
He
weeds.
just eats it. Oh, no.
Eats the nugs.
Greg, the other day, we were sitting in Joffer's car. It was me, Joffer, and Trey. Trey was in the back seat. And Joffer went, "Hey, watch this," and honked his horn at Greg. And Greg, like, jumped, turned around, and went, flipped him off. He comes up to the car and goes, "What are you doing?" We're smoking this joint. Would you like some? And he goes, "Sure." And I handed it to him the way he was supposed to hit it. And he looked at the other side, and I went, "No."
Oh my fucking god.
I went, "No."
Right, don't eat it.
Greg's not eating weed.
If doing things in Joffer's car was like a Jeopardy category, you could not fill all 5.
It's the place to be, man.
Joffer's car.
Joffer's
Alright.
What is Joffer's car?
He was
A
telling
tiny
us,
space where you can do whatever you like. What is Joffer's car?
today he's getting a Mercedes or something that's AMG swap to switch out for his Honda Fit.
Yeah, they'll have fun with gas prices on those deliveries.
Dude, fucking gas prices.
He's a manager, though.
He's the manager.
He doesn't.
Joe.
Gas prices, though? I went from putting $10 to $15 in my tank to putting $20 to $25.
Yeah.
So what's that about?
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
I don't know where'd my two pipelines go.
Yeah.
Dude,
A fucking train exploded yesterday that was carrying oil.
saw that.
Yeah, it literally exploded with all the oil, and people were like, "Damn, that's crazy. What if we had like a safe line of like pipe?"
Well, you see, you can call the White House.
I think there's an oil spill in the Pacific,
Is there really?
like less than a month ago.
Probably.
It was BP again.
Of course it was BP.
God damn it, Ramesh.
We care.
Shit.
You're gonna have to put out the "I'm sorry" video again.
I like how BP's all like,
Are they gonna start putting animals back on Dawn dish soap?
Probably.
Dude, I want to see a recreation with Kanye and Mike Myers, where Kanye says, "President Bush does not care about the African American community." I want to see. I want to see modern day Kanye and Mike Myers do that shit again. I know that was Katrina and it's not related. I love that clip so much.
It's so uninformed. It's hilarious.
I really wanted to make that my senior quote, to be honest, but they wouldn't let me.
President Bush.
It's kind of out there,
Yeah.
You could have done his other great one, which was "I'm nice at ping pong."
but I like that one too. But I thought too many people would do that.
You can do Biden's one where he talks about the little kids touching his leg hairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rub my hair down.
Watch them float back up to the top because some of them are blonde.
What a guy.
Yo, so
I know about bringing jobs back, and I know about kids jumping on my lap, and I love kids jumping on my lap.
Why? What goes through your head? Why do you guys say that to me?
Why does he slur?
So as we were sitting eating dinner, I sold another one of my grandma's Barbies, right?
Right.
And I messaged them and I was like, thank you for purchasing. I will ship it out on Tuesday when I have my next day off. And they're like, okay, I have some questions. If you could please text me at this number. And I was like, all right, cool. So I texted them. They're like, what's the condition? I was like, sure, no big deal. Never been opened. It sat in a dining room its entire existence. It's probably dusty. That's about it. And then they sent me this long thing, and I think this is a scam, and I'm scared now. It says, I would love to have it mailed to my cousin in Florida as a birthday gift. I want you to get an eBay gift card for $400 inside the package before you ship it, and I will add $400 eBay gift card, $50 for shipping, and shipping through UPS/FedEx, and $50 for the inconvenience. I would appreciate your assistance with this because I work away from home with the USA Navy. Are you cool with that?
No.
He's bugging.
Why is it $400 too?
It's him.
Yeah, why do you have
back on land
what?
again?
why do you have to pay $400?
Right.
You're shipping them the product.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you pay for this?
can you pay $400 and I will match that $400?
Why don't you just
Yeah, give
if you can match it, why?
Yeah. Here, give my cousin $400 in Florida.
Basically.
More like
I'm responding with, I'm confused. Why the $400 gift card?
Yeah.
He copy and pasted again.
It's so fun to fuck with those bots.
Just waste their time.
There was one, I got one on Snapchat. You occasionally get like just some random like, girl XX something underscore.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, fuck it, let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Those are fake.
Dude, it's fun because you can figure out what keywords whatever greasy fuck wrote the code in, like what keywords it's looking for, and you can just screw with it. And it eventually gets like confused because it doesn't know what to do anymore.
I love
Yeah, like I have one in my quick head. Her name is Cherry, and the username is Amethyst Scarlet.
Sounds legit.
I
had her.
enjoy.
That's what those bots do.
I didn't figure it out.
I had one where I edited, and it was just like instantly just, hey sex.
Hey, sex.
What?
Hey, sex.
What was it with a question mark?
No, it was.
Question,
I think they meant hey sexy,
Oh.
but the bot forgot to put the Y.
She's ready.
Just, hey.
Damn, that was
sex.
fast.
No comma, no space, just hey sex.
I'd have been like, no.
Creamy, why do you look pissed? Oh, you're going to sleep. Okay. Cat just looks pissed off.
We took Maya to the park today, one lap around the pond, and she was exhausted.
I wish my dog got exhausted. Like, instead, he wakes me up at like 6:30 a.m. ready to go.
I'm more excited the more
My
work.
friend has it's a mutt, but it's got like pit bull and lab in it. And oh my god, the thing was not. I come over and it's like on my head.
Mhm.
Like there have been times where I'll sit on the couch and he will climb on top of my head.
That sounds like an energy machine.
It is.
Pitbull and Lab.
No,
Dude, I got a shepherd
try
lab.
walking.
That thing does not
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Try walking him. He walks you.
Yeah. My dog back home is a German Shepherd, or not a German Shepherd, a German Short-haired Pointer. And she's like one of those running bird dogs that has like her greyhound in her.
Yeah.
And she just bolts.
Yeah.
And we tried like collars. We even tried like the spiky ones that are like, hey man, if you don't like pull to the point that you're choking yourself, this is fine. And she just would continue to do it.
Bro, god damn.
Dude, she's 13. Last I checked, I ran alongside her with the 4-wheeler, and she's 13 and can still hit like 30 miles an hour, no problem.
Have you seen
Ruger,
that?
Ruger, the dog I was just talking about, hit 40 the other night. Literally the other day, we were in the snow.
It's a quite common dog name.
Yeah.
Ruger.
Yeah.
Nick's parents own a German Shepherd that's his name is Ruger. He's a monster. He's like 6 foot standing on 2 legs.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like,
He's
on all fours. He's above my hips.
Yeah.
He's
He's a monster.
giant.
He almost attacked a deer, apparently. The only thing stopping him was his shock collar. He reached the fence and it got him, and he was like, oh fuck. That deer is lucky.
Yeah, it was roughly about the same size. Like, because it was like a smaller fawn, and he was just gonna eat that shit. My other parent's dog is like a Malamute Husky mix, and a bird hit the window, and I went to pick it up and move it so none of the dogs could fuck with it. And she comes around the house and scoops it up and takes off, and I never saw it again.
damn.
She's having the time of her fucking life over there.
Yeah. Mine is like, I'm getting pets.
She never gets those.
Jason may not be here, but I am being loved.
I put half a tank in today on my way here. A little less than half a tank. It was like $16. I was like,
Right.
I work at Domino's.
Dude, since Biden took office, diesel has gone up from like 179 to like I think 259. That's the last I saw it.
Yeah, it's whack.
Yeah.
Rough.
Good for my business, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I work for a gas station.
Oh,
He works for Quick Trip.
Hell yeah.
so you guys are at least polite.
Yeah,
But
to an extent.
I don't have half my tank every night.
True.
I mean, it's
Yeah, right.
yeah. My car is fuel efficient, but it's not that fuel efficient.
I get like 18.
When I ride my car really hard, I get down to like 24. But what's that? What you chuckling about over there, James?
I ride my car hard all the time, so I'll probably have like 11.
I just get crappy gas.
I think my
mileage in
parents'
general.
have
94
V8,
GMC gets like 11.
When I drove my Ram, I'd get like 8 miles per gallon. It was not diesel, it was just gas. It was V8 Hemi, and just burned through it like crazy. Fun truck, but not at the tank.
Yeah.
I think the best I've ever gotten it was driving it from Vermont back here when I moved, just drafting behind the U-Haul. I got it up to 45 miles per gallon.
Yeah, my Rogue, the car I did have,
Yeah.
it did like 27.
I remember it did 27.
And then,
I remember one time Stormy was trying to go to a party and you were like, we can carpool. My car gets 27 miles per gallon.
I did say that. That was weird. I don't know why I said that.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Right on. I don't even know why I mentioned that to her. I was like, yeah, it gets 27. She was like,
Shit.
Okay.
She goes, okay.
Dude, Stormy scares me.
dude, she's like a devil in
She's
disguise.
a hell of a lady to be around. She's very fun, but yeah, for someone who's like 4'9", she's terrifying.
Yeah, for real.
They say that the time I actually poked her in the ass with that pizza poker.
No,
So
Oh my god.
That's gotta hurt, man.
did she throw you through a
No,
window?
no, she laughed.
She picks Jason up
She
with
laughed.
pizza poker.
So she was running ovens, and I was like, "There's a bubble. I'm gonna get it for you, ma'am." And I get it. I poke the pizza. Miho like does something, and I turn around and I moved my arm, and I just stabbed her in her ass cheek with the pizza poker. And I responded with, "I am so sorry. Please don't eat me."
Yeah.
She laughed so hard.
It's crazy. She's a diesel mechanic. She works on like 18 wheels.
Yeah, have you
That's
seen
her,
videos
That's
of
her
her
normal
working
job.
Yeah, she can just sit under
Exactly.
them. She
Yeah.
just sits crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, her body size is perfect for that. I never thought of that.
She showed me a video. She was taking out like a fuel filter or something, and she's just sitting up, like undoing screws and stuff. And she's like, you see this other dude like try and get under there, and he's like barely getting under. and she's just like sitting there unscrewing this thing, and then just pops it out, puts a new one in.
Sorry, I haven't seen her in a long time. I don't know what she's doing, but
Being a diesel mechanic, she
she's
just
a
doesn't,
mechanic. Yeah.
doesn't.
She picks up shifts.
Honest living.
I'm curious. She drives a Camry, but she has a tow hitch on it. I don't know what she's doing with that thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I look for because I'm like, oh, is that Stormy? And if it has a tow hitch on the back, I'm like, that's Stormy.
It's just like Brian's car having a tow hitch on it,
yeah.
or even Blake.
Oh my god.
Blake having
Blake
a-
have a tow hitch
Yeah,
on
he
his
did,
Corolla?
Yeah, your tow hitch.
Dude, have you even been in Jefferson County?
Yes. He's been to Hillsborough.
I have. I know Hillsborough. That's the only. I know half of Arnold. I know Oakville very well, and I know St. Charles. Not around here, but that's all I know from Missouri. I know Cape Girardeau pretty well.
Beef core.
Yeah, Reeve Court.
What is it?
The problem is so many names around here are named after French things, and they're not pronounced French whatsoever. And it being from somewhere where most people speak French, most people are French, it hurt so much moving here and hearing people call it Gravois or Lime
How do you
or
pronounce
Creve
it?
Coeur.
How
Give
do
us,
you
give us a
pro-
lesson.
how do you-
Okay.
Why is it
Gravois is obviously Gravois.
Bravo.
Lime is obviously Lime. It's L-E apostrophe May is what it's supposed to be.
Oh.
Or just L apostrophe.
Hey, oh.
St. Louis.
St.
The fucking city itself. St. Louis is where it's supposed to be. And Creve Coeur is supposed to be Creve Coeur.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. That's my dude. That's my boy.
That's my boy.
It's the whole mannequin challenge.
Oh.
I was at my parents' house and I picked up my sister's cat and I forgot that cats have front claws. And she like immediately put her claws into me and I went, oh, this is different. And I was like, you're very small. I can like lift you with one hand, no issue.
Yeah.
My sister's like, why are you bullying my cat right now? And I'm like, I think he's a big boy.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, my girlfriend's cat is named Meatball,
Aw.
and it's basically a black cream. Just black, same weight probably. But
I had a Maine Coon growing up. His name was Stewie, and he was pretty thick. He was a thick boy. We got him fixed, and then he got fat.
yeah, the cat I had growing up named Chloe was Chunker, like Garfield Chunker.
Yeah.
That's what his name used to be.
Yeah.
And I changed it when I got him because I said, I don't want a cat named Garfield.
That is way too basic.
Yeah. Like, you're not naming my cat fucking Garfield, bro.
Yeah,
This is
my tabby cat was 30 pounds.
Oh,
Wow.
Stewie
Yeah.
was like 20, 25.
Yeah, he like walked and his like stomach would like scrape.
Yeah.
Right.
But still bat like birds out of the air. So,
Wow.
you know.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Hunter.
I'm trying to think. What weighs like around 12 pounds?
Maya
Maya.
weighs 12 pounds.
I was a 12-pound baby.
Holy fuck, bro.
Nick
Yeah,
was,
I was-
10 and a half.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 10.5 pounds.
Dude, your mom, bro.
Your mom,
Sure.
bro.
I was gonna say, no.
Same, bro.
Whenever Nick's mom told me that, I was like, Nick, I'm not bearing your kids anytime soon. I'm sorry, I can't do that. That's a big baby.
Yeah. My whole family. I was 9 pounds, but I was also a month premature. So I would have been.
Like 10.5.
I would have been likely 12 or 13. I think they say that in the last month, it's like an extra pound each week.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was 9 pounds and I was 2 weeks early. So.
Yeah, you were the
There
same
you go,
thing.
yeah.
Like we would have been elephant children.
You guys would have been like Chris from Family Guy.
Yeah, dude, that's right. They had that whole bit. He was in there for like an extra year or some shit. He came out full grown.
My wedding photographer, she had a baby recently, and her baby is so cute and chunky. Oh, she has a video on her Facebook of her like sitting in her little chair, like bobbing her little head to like no music at all, and like petting the dog next to her. And I'm like, I love this baby.
My little brother just turned 3, like a couple weeks ago. It was fucking neat.
3?
Real neat.
Yeah,
How old are you?
21.
How old are your parents?
I'm the firstborn of the first wife.
Oh, shit.
Chad had 1 with my mom, Fiona. Then there was 2 with Tanya, or Isabella and Maya. And then little baby Harrison was born 3 years ago with Casey, his third wife.
Casey's very
Casey, no comment.
That's his
It's
stepmom.
my stepmom, and it's societally weird if I say anything about the appearance of my stepmother. I'm not touching that.
She's a pretty lady. You just have to trust
Take
me.
Susan's word.
You just have to trust me.
Also, no comment.
Nick's mom is pretty too. So is Fiona. Everyone's mom is pretty.
Oh, Tanya, though.
Fuck Tanya though.
Shh, fucking psycho. Lived with her for 7 years. Hated every second. Yeah, but Bella and Maya are 14 and 12 now. I'm 7 and 9 years older than them. Yeah. I know, it's so interesting to talk about, like, the fact that I have siblings.
I mean,
It's a great
Apparently
conversation.
Brandon has, what, an older brother?
Yeah. I don't know.
I assumed you were an only child.
Nah, I don't talk to him at all, so might as well consider it that. For real. Nah, I don't know. He's 23 or some shit. But he don't live at home. And I literally stayed out of his business my whole life. He stayed out of my business my whole life. So I think I wrestled him maybe one time in my life.
I was an only child.
Parker, what's your
Parker.
sibling situation like?
Standard.
Same parents, which surprised me a lot because I assumed based off the number that it was a situation similar to mine.
Yeah, just 3 sisters. 8 brothers.
Holy shit, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I grew up an only child, then I was adopted into a family of 3, so I became the 4th.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
My little brother is 11 or 12. I honestly can't remember. He was adopted in, and he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, sure is. If I can make that kid.
How was your sister?
I have 2 older sisters. One is, I'm 22, she's 32. And then my other sister is 27, 28, something like that. I was the stinky, you see.
Yeah, my biological parents are 15 years apart.
Oh.
Shit.
My mom is currently
Nice.
my mom is currently 55,
Oh,
Okay.
and so my dad is 70.
It would have been
Oh.
weird if you would have went the other way.
I thought it was going the other
I
way.
assumed it was going to be 40. You went the opposite direction. on me.
No.
Yeah, my dad's 60,
Wait a second.
66,
You better hold the fuck on. How old are you?
17?
Your dad was pumping at 53? What the fuck?
This is
Yes.
the first part of the statement.
Your dad was bumping.
Damn. That's crazy, huh?
Nice.
My parents are both 45 right now, but I don't have any grandparents that have hit 70 yet.
Really?
I got grandparents that are in their 80s.
My grandparents are like all in their 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are all in their 80s.
I only have one set of grandparents. All my other ones are dead.
Well, I have one set and then a grandma.
I have one full set and a grandpa.
Let's see.
Oh wait, grandparent? Like,
Grandparents.
yeah, like grandma, grandpa.
Yeah.
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 I thought you meant like great grandparents.
No.
No, I have none of those.
I have none of those.
Well, if you don't have a grandparent, I'm not expecting your great grandparents to still be kicking.
You know how weird that'd be if that was true?
When I was born, all 8 of my great grandparents were still alive, but there's 2 left.
Man, Vermont water must be great.
Honestly, dude, when I was born, I didn't even have my biological grandparents.
Really,
Yeah.
my mom's dad died when she was young, when she was 7. And I'm named after him. But
My mom's
only
mom
33.
died when she was 3. So, never met any of my family from my dad's side.
really,
Yeah, so I might be the last living tree of Jackson. I don't even know that.
shit.
Guess we'll have to find out.
Or you could
I
go to
mean,
Ancestry.com.
I have one.
And,
Yeah, I have an ancestry.
Turns out one of your like dad's relatives is a serial killer. You just never knew.
Well, man.
That's how they're finding a bunch of these people anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
all
that's how they found a serial killer. Was like one of their
they found the Golden
One of their-
State Killer like that.
yeah,
Right.
one of their
Yeah.
granddaughters like
That dude
Put
was
in
like
their-
evasive too. He was, what was it like? It was
rough.
decades, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like 70 now.
He's
Just
in jail
caught him.
now, but his
Do we have like 10 years
his
left?
his granddaughter put in her DNA or whatever, and it came back for a partial match, and they went, "Oh, is your grandpa still alive by chance?" She's like, "Yeah, he's over there. Why?"
Goddamn.
This man's dangerous.
It's
Let's
like
get
we're gonna
him.
have to talk to him.
Accidental snitch. The cat is currently staring at football.
Yeah, sometimes he stares into the water, and then he'll just bat at it really hard,
He
knock all the
spills
water out.
everywhere.
All the
Or
time.
like he'll just touch the water and it gets on his paw and he just looks at it.
It's very existential.
He contemplates his life decision of touching the water. He's like, should I have done this?
Sometimes he'll like stare at it, and then he'll like slowly like lick his paw and be like, "Is this water?"
Why are you just hanging out under the table?
Yeah.
He doesn't do it anymore. When I first got him, he used to stand over by the sink and he'd scream at me because he wanted me to run water so that he could just like drink water straight from the faucet. He doesn't do that anymore, thankfully. But yeah, he has a weird thing with water. Like he'll like almost get in the shower with me.
He tried to jump in a bath with me once because
Yep.
I was home alone, and I was like, "Creamy, you can like come hang out with us if you want. I don't really care." And he just kind of followed me in. I was like, "All right, whatever," and I shut the door. And Maya's sitting where she normally does, and then he's just like trying to get in the bathtub. And I was like, "Sir, could you stop?"
You're not gonna like this once you get in.
I wanna, I might try that tonight. I'm gonna draw you a bath, Creamy. I'm gonna toss you in. We'll see how you like it.
Better have your door closed.
He gets out from behind the curtain while I'm showering and he like licks the knobs.
Yeah,
So I do
after
the like water bending trick. I just soak his head and he just kind of looks at me angry. And, like,
after anybody gets out of the shower, he'll like rub himself
Sounds like Greg.
against the tub.
Why you gotta diss Greg like that?
I love Greg.
I said lick knobs, and he goes, lick knobs, eh? It sounds like Greg.
Oh, Greg.
Man, he changed his name in the system to old fuck. I think is what it
Old
was.
Old fucker.
Yeah,
It's old fucker. And I knew that the phone had just rang, and so I went to put up stickers afterwards, and the name was Old Fucker. I knew Susan had answered it. I was like, Susan, I know you don't understand these people sometimes, but like they see what he's named them when I
Greg
deliver
is
it to them.
just laughing like hysterically. He's like, "Nah, that's me."
Yeah, actually,
I couldn't do it.
somebody named Aaron changed to that like 3-4 years ago.
And he just kept it.
He just hasn't changed it.
Yeah, because he went to order something. He's like, I'm pretty sure my name in the system is still old fucker. And I went, excuse me? And he goes, yeah, hold on. And he types in his phone number, and sure enough.
There's one that's off of Blue Mountain that calls himself like the Grand Master of everything or some shit like that.
I don't know.
What the
Brent's
fuck?
name is Exodia, the forbidden one.
Oh, yeah,
Exodia.
no.
Exodia.
In the
I don't know.
Right
Is
arm
it-
with the
in the-
forbidden one.
In the system, he's Marty McFly.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen Brian Order Next Door?
No.
I don't think I have.
Douche is what comes up.
No.
Has anybody seen Robin Wonder?
I've changed it
He's changed
since,
it, yeah.
but it was
It was Captain Swag with a money
Saw
sign
that.
for the S.
I saw that when it
I
was.
was not the one who changed it to that. It's very much Parker who did that.
Why do I believe that? That makes more sense than you changing it to Captain.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so on my like Dropbox locker, I had P on there.
Yeah.
And Robin goes, Parker, how do you spell your last name? I spell it out for him, and he adds a P and he writes Schaefer.
Yeah, Pee-Pee Schaefer.
Yeah. Yeah. So Dan is like looking at us and he's dead serious and he's just like, who is that?
He goes, what's PP? Is that like a joke? Like he's legitimately like confused about the situation. And we have to explain like, yeah, it's like haha PP. He goes, huh. like he didn't get the joke. I was
Dan
like,
also
"I
believes in Titans, though.
Yeah, bro. He told me one day.
Dan believes in
just found out about
Titans.
that.
Dan?
No. Dan
Like
came up
Attack
to me
on
one-
Titan?
No. Like,
No, it's worse. It's way worse than you think. He came up to me one day and he goes, you know, I know giants once walked on this earth. And I was like, you gotta backtrack.
You can't start a conversation with that.
He's never started a
We are
conversation.
not in the same book
Yeah,
here.
that's the thing. I hear stories from like Susan about like crazy shit. Like Dan believes in Titans. When I'm with Dan is the driest humor motherfucker of it. He is a saltine cracker
Dude, I don't
incarnate.
know, man.
He laughs at the word
I think-
consolidated
Yeah, he laughed
Yeah.
at the word consolidated the other
because he
What
thought it was
the
funny.
hell?
He's like, I've never heard that before. I'm like, what do you mean consolidated? Because I
You
was
know, which
talking
just
about
made him
moving
laugh
all the
more.
trash cans into one. I'm like, I consolidated them all to one.
He goes, consolidate. He
Consolidate.
is dry.
Yeah.
He has this voice too, where it's just kind of like, like you hear him talk and you're like,
While he's talking, I often have to remind myself I need to continue to listen.
To me, he's like
he's only
the most
interesting because he's
plain-
missing half a finger.
To me, he's like the most plain individual. He's boring, and I hear stories about like, yeah, I believe that 20-foot giants once walked the earth. I'm like, why can't I get these stories?
Yeah.
Well, you get those, but then he also talks to you for like 3 hours about fucking some shit you don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
how many
come on.
modules you pulled last week?
Yeah, dude. tell me fucking
Yeah,
about it,
that's
bro.
I folded a shit ton of boxes.
Does he ever like show you know how you have the pieces of paper with like all their times on and shit?
Uh-huh.
Nah, he sits there for about 2 hours and he'll look at that shit and be like, this don't make much sense to me because if this is this, then this is this. And I'm like, yeah. Just the whole time, that's what I did. Just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
Yeah,
yes, man. Yeah, I mean, I look at it like once a week, and I'm like, yep, it looks like I'm somewhere in the slightly above average range. Cool. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Miho takes twice as long to rack in, rack out as everyone else. Sounds about right. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Or like I look at it and I'm like, man, that's crazy. Dude, last week's I was looking at it, I was like, how the fuck did Greg manage to take over 100 runs and only half of them were singles? I was like, how did he manage that?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's way too low.
What the
Me-
fuck?
me-
Yeah, and he's not like the guy that Dan is
Dan.
really bad about taking doubles as
Yeah.
many times as he can.
Yeah.
He always falls short, and then he always brings me to the paper. Or like I'm right there, and he's like, he sees me like looking at the paper because I that stuff just kind of intrigues me, like
Right, yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, that's not that bad for as many deliveries as I did, right? And I'm like, well, you're below the target, so
Yeah.
maybe it is.
Whenever Brent left and Miho was being trained on the inside, it was Brandon and Dan as my morning drivers. and Dan would just like try to like have conversations with me about that piece of paper. I'm like, look, I know nothing about that paper. I'm not a driver. I don't give a shit about that paper.
The paper has become the death of me, man.
Want to know something sad?
Hmm.
I don't know what the fuck that paper
I
is
don't-
either.
I
They just posted around the store. I'm like, cool.
I
Wasted
try
paper.
to I try to ask questions to Kate, and I'm like, hey, what does this mean? Like, what does the OER points actually mean? And she
Right.
says, I have no fucking idea, bro.
Yeah.
And she's the GM
I know, bro.
Case is not hell of an
of the insider. She's the one person who needs to know what
She
that
doesn't
paper
know what
means.
OER points.
No. I've asked multiple times.
Like Jack
So-
has 16 points and I have 3, and I'm like, how is that possible?
Maybe it's like
Is it
golf.
good? Is it bad?
Yeah, it's golf rules, you know. Always score wins.
Wait, I don't know what these points are. Are these new?
No.
No,
She said they've been there as long as she has.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
She just doesn't
Nobody
know.
knows what they mean.
Nobody knows what
What
it
do the
is.
numbers mean?
I'll ask Ashley.
What do the numbers mean?
What are the numbers?
What do the numbers mean, Mason?
Tell me.
No,
You
Nico.
total nerd.
Yeah.
Nico lately has been like, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. And I'm like, that's cool, bro, but can you take your delivery?
And then I said,
another 3
now
minutes.
my
That's how
2
long
weeks
I'm gonna be here.
He's like, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. I'm kind of tired of it here. And I'm like, you and me both, but your delivery, it's ready.
No, I yelled right next to Jack yesterday to finally get his attention because he was just in the conversation bragging about how he just got pulled over. And
Jack yesterday wandered away when and then I went, all right, Jack, your delivery is, and I went, Jack?
This is his car.
he sits in his car, no music, just staring blank straight ahead.
It's
No
crack.
way.
It's
no,
the crack.
On something,
no.
bro.
He was out there hitting his dab pen when I went out there. He was just. I was like,
Okay, I kind of do this.
I was like, ah. I'm like, this boy's getting fucked up at work.
When I was driving the Spark because my car was in the shop, he comes up and he's like, "Yo, is that a Spark? Are you driving a Spark?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Dude, those cars are so cool. Does it have a screen in the center?" And I was like, "Yeah, no backup camera though, even though it has a screen, which is kind of weird." And he goes, "Dude, but that's so cool to have a screen in your center console. That's so fucking cool." And I was like, "Are you?"
Okay.
I'm sorry, Susan. I shit on your car.
No, I
not
shit
on
on my
the
car a
podcast,
lot.
but It's one of the worst vehicles I've ever driven.
It's funny.
It's a golf cart.
His
That's all it
first
is.
day back, he was he like pointed at me. He was like, "So it's your Spark, right?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "Dude, I was looking into getting those," and I was like, "Oh no, I don't know what I've gotten myself into."
You should have lied and been like, no, it's not my
I don't know,
Spark.
he said he was going to get an Infinity, and now he shows up in a Accord.
Yeah, he's got like a 2008 just base model Accord white.
Where'd he get a white one?
I don't know. He had a Pathfinder before, which was not the right vehicle for delivering
Yeah.
pizzas. Which is why I was like, because I pulled in yesterday, I was like, "Oh, is it a rental?" Because it still had the like paper, whatever. He's like, "No, I just bought it." I was like, "Oh, cool. What happened to the Pathfinder? Something wrong?" He's like, "No, I just figured a 4-cylinder was probably better for delivering pizza." I was like, "Yeah,
It is.
correct."
I'll deliver in my car.
I was so
No.
pissed last Monday.
No.
There was a fucking snowstorm. Every driver called out, so like, they had to call me in on my day off. Parker.
Yeah.
Literally could not move.
Dude, I couldn't make it out of my neighborhood. Susan closed for me.
Yeah, I
Dude,
didn't
it took
open
me
and
an
close
hour
that
to
day.
get to Joffer.
But
Priorities.
Jack drives a 4x4 Pathfinder.
He's
was
like,
Okay, but he lives in a neighborhood where the hill is like this.
he's like, I don't know, man, can't get out of my driveway. We're like, you drive a
You
Pathfinder.
drive a
He's like,
tank, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Find the path. Stop it.
I drove around in my Dart, cracked my windshield, and busted up my front bumper.
Oh, I gave the bank part of his front bumper. I put it in a song.
Yeah, because the pieces just sat there where I ran into that snowbank for like almost 2 weeks now. And
Until the snow melted. They
Yeah.
were just chilling there.
And
And they were still in the same
still
spot.
there. So we took all the pieces, and Tyler takes one, he puts it in the drop box for the bank, he closes it back up. That's fucking gold. So
Well-
part of my bumper is at the bank now.
I've also put one of their shingles in there. One of their shingles fell off the roof. I stuck it in there. I'm like, here you go.
Here's
Shingles
your
are
shingle back.
expensive.
Go glue it back on your roof.
and I'm just waiting for them to review the camera, see it's someone from Domino's, and then them just complain to Domino's.
Fucking guy.
Someone's dropping shit that's not money in our deposit. I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
should keep that up, to be honest.
No, I remember the night, like, it was Valentine's Day, and, like, it had already, like, snowed a lot.
Yeah.
And I was coming back, because my girlfriend lives in Waterloo. So I was coming back from Waterloo. The highway was fine, and then I hit Telegraph. And I had turned on from the highway to get on Telegraph. It was fucking Tokyo. I was
Yeah.
literally sideways up Telegraph. And I have a front-wheel drive car. So my car is like, what the fuck? And it's a convertible, so I just hear everything. And so I'm freaking
So you
out.
put the top back.
It had stopped snowing at that point, so I probably could have. I would have been cold.
You could jump out.
Yeah, just nails.
Yeah, when I was driving back, when I was driving back to Joffer's apartment, getting on the Telegraph right there, I drifted through there so hard. I was in the other lane, just sideways.
No, I watched a snowplow drift. Like he was
Yo,
doing this.
One spun out on Baumgartner.
I don't know why they
Get
waited
yourself
so
fixed.
long.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Because when they went to
spun back
start,
around.
they couldn't
I
even
don't
get
know.
through the roads.
Right.
I was like, this
Is
is a
that like
3.5 ton truck.
Listen, we had a lady call Monday night, whenever we had the snowstorm. And she's like, I was just checking to see if you could deliver to us. And I'm like, what's the address? She gave us the address. I turn and look at Robin, who's aggressively shaking his head no. And I was like, unfortunately, we cannot make it to that location tonight due to road conditions. She's like, but they just plowed. I just saw a plow. And I'm like, ma'am, I've been here since 9:30 a.m. I have not seen a plow all day.
Purview.
Sounds like that place.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not.
Come and get it.
And I was like, we could do like carry out if you want. And she's like, no, I can't get out of my driveway. And I'm like, then why do you think we can get in?
Those response to everyone that we asked, we were like, we can't get to you, but you know, if you want to come to us, that's fine. And they're like, we can't get out of our driveway. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You just saw a plow.
So,
Yeah.
so how do you expect me to get out in that case?
This lady, 25 minutes later, she orders online. Like I wouldn't recognize the address. So I try to call her again. She sends me to voicemail. I don't leave her a voicemail. Because I'm like, you know what I want. And I don't know.
You should have just said,
Cancel
you
her
know what I
order.
want.
Yeah. No, this is Domino's.
You know damn well that I cannot deliver you. And then 4 hours later, she calls. She's like, I never got my pizza. And I was like, because I canceled your order. I tried to call you to tell you we can't deliver there. Like earlier when we had a conversation about it when you called us. And she's like, oh, you remember that? And I went, uh-huh.
What the fuck?
I get we make pizzas, but we're not like.
Do people think we're idiots?
Right.
Like,
My point.
like
Let me get in
we
the
block
Domino's
you
monster
for calling
truck
us
and I'll be
mean
down there in a
names.
second.
Right.
Like you bully us, we block you.
Let me call South County roads and make sure we have a plow escorting us to your delivery.
Exactly.
There was
drinking
There was
everywhere.
one guy that was like, well, will the other location deliver to us? And I went, no, you're not in their delivery area to begin with. And he goes, are you sure? And I'm like, you know what, you go ahead and call Melville. You want their number? He goes, sure. And I gave him the number for Melville.
Oh, God.
I want to say he was on like Jaeger or something. He was Patterson.
Yeah,
It was Patterson. He was like, can Melville bring it to me? And we were like, no. No, they can't actually.
They won't. They send people to us.
Dude, we had, I think it was somewhere on like 8 or 9 different orders from Huntington Valley on that Monday night.
Yeah.
We were like, no.
I had to
don't
keep
think-
checking to see if they were the same, like,
Yeah, it was
like apartment
all
numbers.
separate Huntington Valley orders.
God damn.
They went nuts that night.
I remember coming in the next day and seeing the full sheet of paper of just canceled orders.
yeah, and then the
I was
little
just like-
note on the bottom that just says, I lost track.
Yeah, I lost track. I was like, I'm dead.
We had to cancel like 25 to 30 orders that day. Like,
The few from Patterson seemed like they ordered a lot too, which
Yeah.
I'm not finding out what it's like going around that big swooping
Yeah.
turn with like 4 inches of
Yeah.
snow unplowed.
And then yesterday morning, we had someone order 2 very annoying specialty pizzas, which I made happily, and then sent with Miho. Miho knocked on the door. No one answered. He called them and was like, "Hey, I'm here with your pizzas." And they went, "Oh, that was a joke." And I went, "You're a joke."
Did you block them?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
they got blocked. They cannot order from that house.
I sent the order in. Can't you tell that was just a joke?
So now,
I'm just kidding.
just think,
I
their
I mean,
parents,
look what was on the pizza.
parents are gonna go to order. Sorry, we can't do delivery. Why? Oh, your
Your
kid
kid
was an
fucked up.
asshole. Sorry.
We have people order bread and pepperoni. We can't tell what. Have you
Yeah.
ever had that? This person orders dough and pepperoni.
No sauce, no
No
cheese.
sauce, no cheese.
Oh,
And
I have something
Yeah.
weirder.
I go to cut it, and I'm like, did you guys forget it's something? It's just bread. Just like not cheese, not sauce.
There's one
And they're like,
lady.
look at the box. I was like, no sauce, no cheese.
There's one lady, she orders regularly. She orders a small cheese pizza, no sauce, no garlic oil on the crust. It's just
A
cheese
pizza.
and dough.
That's
Okay,
all-
but
that's all it is.
cheesy bread. But
Yeah,
okay, yeah, but at least it's like a cheesy bread. You got pepperoni bread.
yeah.
Like
Pepperoni bread.
So the first time I worked at Domino's, there was this old lady who would always get a small pizza. And instead of regular sauce, she would get our garlic oil as the sauce. And then no pizza cheese, but Parmesan Asiago as the cheese, and then ham. And that was her pizza.
Like that.
Icky, can you move the bowl so he can get on his castle?
Here. Or don't move the cat.
Trying to let her be independent.
Yeah.
Oh, the dog just died.
Yeah, there. What is he up there?
Yeah, she likes cuddles, but then she'll be like, all right, that's enough, and she'll just lay under the table where no one can reach her. And that's where she naps. And then she'll wake up and be like, I want attention again.
Yeah, we have this. It's this one lady. This one lady and her husband, super picky. They order one pizza. It's normally different. But then they order the spinach, green peppers, red peppers, no cheese, no garlic oil.
Yeah.
And it's just. I remember one time.
Sad.
It wasn't even
Pain.
garlic oil. It was grease, and that had gotten on the box, so it looked like somebody put garlic oil on it.
Yeah.
She's like, "Take this back inside. This isn't what we ordered."
What the?
Put it in a new box.
I had a pan pizza that was on the cut table the other day, and it was double pepperoni or some shit. And I went to like tip the pan to like get the pizza out, and it just spilled oil all over the cut table. And I was like,
Oh,
why? I just washed the cut table too, and now there was just oil.
You think that's
one of these days you gotta see an extra large Brooklyn double pepperoni extra provolone. Because the
Sounds like a
provolone's
heart
super greasy,
Yep.
the pepperoni's super greasy. I one time took a pizza and held it like at an angle. I had a puddle of grease about probably size of maybe a flat basketball from one pizza.
flashbacks
Like that.
That's a great representation.
Yeah. I know exactly.
What's crazy? I know exactly how the size of that.
Yeah.
It's,
No, I
a
took
great
an
descriptor.
extravaganza pan, and I did the old Ray. I did the old flip. All the toppings just fucking flew off.
Somebody forgot the extra cheese.
And I was just kind of staring at it because it had made it in the box, but the toppings were over here. And I was like,
You just scoop them up and
no,
put them in.
I took because they were in the lid. I just kind of tossed them,
Yeah.
and so it's just like. Then I cut it, and I was like, just kind of threw
I
it.
hate when people get extravaganzas, but on thin crust. So I'm like, that's not gonna go over well,
Yeah,
bro.
definitely not.
None of your topics are gonna stay on that.
Now you have like an 8-pound thin crust.
Yeah.
What? There's some lady in Southfield that orders like double Alfredo sauce and also extra cheese.
Oh, so she
she-
wants soup?
She calls up and she's like, "My pizza is half slid off,
Kendra?
Kendra, fucking Kendra."
I know these.
Kendra Poland. Something Southfield like apartment K.
It's literally My back seat is a little bit slanted, and that's all it takes, and it slides all the way off. I have to, when she orders, I literally have to drive with it in my lap to keep it flat. Because Southfield's like right next door, so I'm like, fuck it, fine. And she will call back. So I have to drive like this.
Just send it next time with like an Alfredo thing on top of it. Just like throw one of the Alfredo lids on top of the pizza and just like piss her off.
You know what's crazy? She knows I go above and beyond for her, but she still refuses to tip me.
Remember one time I pulled her pizza out of the oven. I pulled out and I watched all the cheese. I was just
Yeah.
like it just shook like it was a glass of water, and I was like, "This is not good." So I warned her. I'm like, "Swimming pool alert! Be careful."
Only order I have to watch that.
I remember she ordered during rush once, and I was like cutting as fast as I could. I cut into this pizza, and it splashed onto me, and I was like, "Ow!"
I hate when that happens. Hot sauce.
It's like, no, I'm sad. Ow!
Yeah, no, I guess it might have been her, but another person pretty much ordered the exact same thing, but it was a large.
Yeah.
And I was like, we were in the middle of like a dinner rush, and I was like,
Just
and
going.
it wrapped around the back of the cutter and like wrapped around my hand. And I had like a glove of hot molten cheese on my hand. I was like, what?
So, one time I was cutting a pizza and the cutter slipped and my whole hand like punched the pizza. And it was a pepperoni and like bacon pizza, so it was very greasy. So like my whole like fist just got covered in grease and it burned. And then we had to remake the pizza.
Man, how'd you get those burns? I don't know, man. I accidentally punched the pizza.
The other day I was calling a carryout, and in the middle of saying the name, my entire hand went numb for no reason, and I went, carryout for ow! They go, are you? I was like, no, I don't know what's happening.
I remember there was one time where a lady was in like the front, and I didn't hear it because I had both AirPods in, and I was like putting stickers up and I was jamming to music.
Yeah.
I just turned around and she's like staring at me, and I was like,
That's the worst, bro.
I was like, shit. I was like, you here to pick up? She's like, yeah, but you can dance the pizza over here. I was like, oh, just shut up. Leave me alone.
We had one lady come in to like order or something. I don't even remember. Manny was completely ignoring her because it's Manny. He's got both AirPods in, just ignoring everyone. And I like kind of like pointed. I was like, Manny, there's a lady behind you. And then Trey rolls his eyes, goes to go help her. His phone starts ringing. He takes it out of his pocket, ignores the call, and went, "Can I help you?" And she goes, "No, it's fine." And then she leaves. We're like, what?
Damn.
Damn, I'm going back full time. Wow. Tuesday, March 9th, I will be going back to school full time.
Wow.
Whack.
No, do not clap. That pisses me off. I like being able to sleep in.
You have to do what all of
It
us had
doesn't
to
bother
do.
me. I gotta sleep until 4 o'clock either way.
Shut up, you don't.
I gotta
bed
do your
till-
fucking school lunch, you little fucking bitch. I gotta wake up at 6 in the fucking morning.
Hey,
I go to fucking college.
hey,
I'm in fucking college and I gotta wake up earlier than
you
you.
don't have to if you switch to
I did,
nights.
but she still wants me to work fucking Thursdays because you need 3 of them.
Ugh.
I thought we had school on Monday.
Yeah, but I don't gotta do that one.
It's like Monday,
She
Tuesday,
never
and
asked
Thursday.
me, so I
Monday,
never
Tuesday,
talked to her about it. So I'm like, if I
Because
bring it up, she'll want me to do
elementary,
it. So I'm just
middle.
gonna.
Oh, yeah. Because high schools are Mondays. But.
Yeah, they just
We
split all the
gotta go
schools
to
up.
5 schools on
No, you
Thursday.
won't have to make the high school one because we're virtual still. We do virtual Mondays and then
Yeah.
Tuesday through
Yeah, this week
Friday.
we're only doing Thursday. School
Yeah.
lunch. And then the following week is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Man.
But I ain't gotta do that shit on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, dude.
I remember
fucking whack,
school.
right?
Dude, remember school?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I do. It's a nightmare.
I dropped
I
out
remember
a year and a half.
waking up,
Yeah.
picking up my buddy, packing a bowl, driving to school, parking in the nice little
Like in the
apartment
teacher
complex.
parking?
Every time I take you on a ride along, you're like, dude, I used to sit here and smoke weed waiting for my buddies to get out of high school.
I also used to do that. I was sitting, just watching the old football field, waiting for them to get out, flipping a bong.
Yeah, no. My buddy will pick me up at like 6:35, 6:40. Get an energy drink from the gas station because our sleep schedules are both absolutely tanked. Don't know how to sleep. Go to school. School doors don't open until 7:10 because of COVID.
What the fuck?
Yeah. First bell rings at 7:10.
Right,
You have
that's
to
what I'm
sprint to your classroom and not be late. I can't drink my energy drink first block because my science teacher is like angry. Yes.
What do you have?
Neely?
I don't know. What the fuck that is.
What?
Miss Neely,
Big lady? Yeah.
I had her for AMP. She told me not to eat or drink. I told her to fuck off.
Let's
She
go.
tells me not to eat or drink all the time.
Dude. Kate earlier today, I see that she posted on Facebook. She's like, I'm looking for something like some sort of sport for my kid to get into. She got a 7-year-old kid with like insane ADD.
Rugby.
And that's what I said. I was like, rugby, dude. Like that's the best place for like some kid with extreme ADD or ADHD.
She can
to do.
stomp on anybody's
Yeah.
foot she wants.
And so she comments back, now there's a rugby team for 7-year-olds, and I just went, bet.
Gotta form one.
Let's find a bunch of 7-year-olds
I
to
am
start a
7.
rugby team. But then we need to find a bunch more 7-year-olds to start another rugby team to oppose our
The rival rugby
I
team.
think if you go to like
The kids from
public
Melville.
school, they started in first grade back home.
I love Miss
Yeah.
Neely.
You
Only
say the
rugby?
name around Nolan.
What?
Good for life. I swear
Really?
to God, I swear. And say Brandon and Carter, bro. You'll be good.
Brandon Carter.
You'll be good for life. Dude, like literally, Carter threw a fucking whole chair across his room, and he did not get mad at us. So like, so you can do anything, bro. It's up to
Mr.
you.
Knoll loves me. He literally.
He has to be he requests to be my friend on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
What
That's
the-
yeah.
That's how you know you're friends with your teacher.
Yeah.
If they request to be your friend on Facebook.
Yeah, he's
That's
on the
awesome.
show, bro. Who else you got?
Duver for A&P.
No. I had Cerise for. You know who Cerise is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him for A&P. Great guy.
I have Crawford
Yeah.
for art.
Nah, I've heard of her. I heard she's kind of shit.
It's a dude.
Oh.
Oh,
fuck.
Mr. Crawford?
Yeah.
Bald dude?
Fuck
Yeah.
man.
I know him.
He's so melatonin. He's just like bland as fuck.
Monotone.
Melatonin.
Monotone. I thought of melatonin. Monotone.
He's gonna get naps.
Melanin? Naps are nice.
No, and then who else? I have Sturm.
Oh, dude, I love Sturm.
Sturm
too.
is
Sturm is great.
the chillest fucking dude ever.
Yeah, dude. I love
Who else? I have Ward for English. Mrs. Ward.
Yeah, I had her. Oh no. Is Walton a person there?
Yes.
Okay, I had her.
I had one.
Yeah.
It's a little steamy in here, man.
Yeah.
And then for math, I have Cassidy. She's new. But I had Brown.
I had Gens.
Miss.
Rhonda Brown.
Fuck Miss Brown.
Yeah, Brown is terrible.
She has
Oh.
arms like Sasquatch.
Hey, next time you see Miss Neely, ask her if she remembers Tyler Goodhart.
Okay.
I was
I'll see her
her.
tomorrow.
I was her in her A&P class for 3 years.
Did you ever sophomore through senior year?
Because after my freshman year, my A&P teacher retired.
Oh, well, what we do now is we have a freshman A&P and then sophomore through senior year, you're with one A&P teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what you do. That's what we do.
See, that wasn't how it was with us. We were supposed to have the same A&P teacher the whole time. The same A&P teacher the whole time. But mine retired.
Alright, so
After
Noel,
For sure to go.
Carter, and Miss Neely's my first block tomorrow. So I'll just be like, do you remember Tyler Goodhart? Noel's my second block.
There
Hey,
go,
you
dude.
should also ask about Bradley
Brandon
Landis,
Carter, and then you got-
Bradley
Morgan's
Landis.
cousin. He was in the same A&P.
My dad was pissed that I didn't smoke weed in high school.
Man, that's interesting.
Vermont.
Yeah,
My dad
it's just
made
legal.
fun of me
You
for
guys
being
eat
high.
cheese and smoke weed.
He was like,
Yeah.
he said to his brother, he was like, look at his eyes, they're red as fuck. He's high as fuck. And then they just both start laughing at me. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm paranoid here.
Leave me alone.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm pretty sure my dad still smokes on the reg.
Chad smokes?
Chad.
Guaranteed. Yeah, he definitely did a lot when he was younger.
Your dad's name is Chad,
Yeah.
and your name's Robin. It's not like it's like you got Chad. Like that's such like a
Dude, Chad and Fiona.
Yeah, that's my mom's name is Fiona.
Well, the Fiona part explains it then, because that's like such an out there.
What?
No. I've never heard like Robin as like only I hear Robin. I think it's like Baskin Robbins, Red Robin.
Most people think of like Batman's sidekick, not
Yeah, that's who I
Baskin
think.
Robbins.
Hey, I thought of food too when he
Yeah,
said
there's growing up, you learn that there's a lot of different things you can do with the name Robin. Red Robin, Baskin Robin, Rockin' Robin, Robin the Bird, Robin the Bay, Batman and Robin. There's
Robin Rob.
I love when people meet Robin and they go, "Where's Batman?" and he like forces himself to laugh.
That's so hilarious.
That's so original.
Whenever people ask me for pictures of Spider-Man, I tell them I actually have one in my wallet. I open up my wallet, I stick my finger in there, and I pull out my finger.
The only thing I can say is when I first got enrolled in private school, they said my full name and they thought I was black. It was really weird.
What is your full name?
James Edward Jackson Jr.
I guess.
But they called me my nickname. They called me JJ.
That don't seem right to me. You're James to me.
JJ Jackson Jr. is what they said.
So,
Yeah.
in middle school, one of my teachers gave me a nickname. So since my last name's Goodhart, he named me Bad Liver.
Goddamn, bro.
It's like
I thought it was hilarious.
Trey
Like, I'm a
told
kid,
us-
man.
Trey told us a story.
Dude, I thought it was the funniest thing.
Trey told us a story the other day at work where a teacher was calling roll and he called him like
Tuberculosis.
tuberculosis.
Because his initials are TB.
Interesting.
He just goes tuberculosis. Trey's like, "What's happening?"
Man, I was talking with Trey the other day. Trey has like my family stuff with like siblings like tripled. Trey's the eldest of 10, and he's the first from the first wife, and his dad's currently married to his 6th wife.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he has like my sitch, and it just kept going.
Is his dad named Chad too?
I don't know, but his dad currently lives in Italy with his current wife.
I don't even
Which,
have a passport.
And I was like, holy shit, Trey, there's so much I don't know about you. That is
yeah.
unexpected.
When I first came to Domino's, I met Trey, and I thought he did hard drugs. Because he was like listening to like cracked out metal, like hard metal.
Yeah.
And like I'm just kind of like I'm training. I just look at him. He like at me, and I was like,
He's got the thickest lenses.
His
His
like
eyes
bubbles.
are huge behind them. Dude, my first day, I legitimately thought that he was like a cringy 16-year-old high schooler. And then I was talking to Kate about like people that night because I was closing with Kate. I was like talking about this person I just met, this. And I was like, Trey, sophomore in high school, most likely. And she's like, no, he's 29 and a manager. And I was like, fucking what?
Trey's about my height.
Trey like talks to himself a lot too.
I do that too. Though.
That's what
I do that
led me to
too.
believe he did
real
hard
bad,
drugs.
real bad. Like I'll be working in the morning and it'll just like be me and my mom and him, and fucking he'll just like be over in the dishes, like kind of talking to himself, and I'll literally go over there and I'll go like, "What's up?" and he'll be like, "Oh, nothing." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Bro? I gotta
Yeah,
get
there
out
are
of this
times
place.
where it'll be completely dead. He'll be at the cut table, like grabbing like screens and stuff, and I'll just hear.
Dude, it's creepy, man.
I was like,
Talk to
You talking?
myself.
Dude, I do it.
that a lot.
I do it when I'm trying to
Or-
remember something, because like in the morning I have to prep so many tubs. I'm like, all right, I need 5 short tubs, 6 tall tubs. I'm like 5, 6, 5, 6.
Right,
As
but
I'm
he is-
walking
Yeah,
to
but he's
get
like,
this.
like actually
He has
speaking.
full conversations
Yeah,
with his
full
brain.
fucking conversations with himself.
I do that too, just not always out loud.
You
Or
should
I'll
have
just
right. You have.
I'll just be standing there, it'll be dead silent, and I'll just start singing a song. Just a song that randomly popped in my head.
I
That's
do
my,
that.
Yeah, like
especially
I'll
country roads.
talk to myself in my head, but
a
like
lot.
I won't out loud be like,
Yeah, if I do, I like kind of catch myself.
See, the masks really help anymore because then I just like shit talk people underneath, like while they're ordering
it
food,
too.
and I'm just like, you fucking idiots, like fuck you.
I did that shit on a run like a month ago. I was going Seagrave. There's a couple that orders like just lava cakes, like 5 minutes before close,
That's
and they
nice.
tip me $1.
That's
and
so nice.
I went up and I put
Thanks,
it up there,
Dad.
and as I'm putting it down, I half muttered, half like full out loud, go, thanks for the fucking buck. And they have a ring, they have a ring thing, and I hear them use it, and they go, yeah, no problem, and I go,
Terrifying.
Dude, every time I see a ring, I'm like, all right, just don't fucking eat ass.
Yeah.
Right now.
I'm a lot more careful since that incident, especially with audio. Because like normally I'm nice with like the visual, but I'll be muttering some shit about it.
Didn't you go tip more at one of them, like at one of the Ring cameras?
Yeah, because they ordered like a $40 order and they tipped me like $1.50, and I was like, tip more.
Told them to tip more.
Yeah, that's
Told the ring itself, hey, tip more.
This guy had a ring and then I rang the doorbell and he like answered through his app or whatever to fucking like speak to me. And he was like, all right, I'll be there in a minute. And he just like left it fucking on, and I could just like I heard his whole goddamn news report that he was like listening to on the TV. And he like opened the door and he's like, oh, have you been listening the whole time? I'm like, yeah, dog, I have been.
I can't really like tune it out.
Yeah, like
I'm
fuck.
right here.
Yeah, you are just projecting it at me.
So one time I took a phone call, and I answered my thanks for calling Domino's. This is Tyler. How can I help you? And I just hear people having a conversation. So I repeat myself, and I hear someone talking to their kid. I'm like, hello? And I sit there. I wait like a good 2 minutes of just listening to their conversation before I'm finally like, this isn't for me.
I've had that.
This isn't for me.
Because I just wanted to
was
make
not
sure.
meant for me.
Like, I'm just assuming it was a butt dial. Like,
Dude, one time I answered the phone and I did the whole spiel, and it was just a man yelling at his wife, and I just went, hello?
Jesus.
And then I hear, yeah, hi, can I have some pizza? And I was like, are you okay? Like,
Do you need pizza or assistance?
but do you need like help? Like,
remember answering the phone and getting Kate's child's school
yeah.
saying
That happened
the
the other day.
school is closed for this day, virtual and in person. So I get off the phone, call Kate, and I'm like, Kate, kid doesn't have school tomorrow. She's was like, what? And then she's like, hold on, my phone's ringing. She comes back, she's like, it's the school. I think they're calling to tell me that she doesn't have school tomorrow. I'm like, you're welcome. Bye, Kate.
Got you, Kate.
Yeah, no, they called and they were like, we will be having school. And I was like, Kate was on the make line. I'm like, Kate, she has school tomorrow. Because her child was in the store.
Yeah.
I was like, she has school. And the child comes around. What's the child's name?
Cassidy.
Cassidy. Cassidy comes running around from wherever she goes off to,
Making her noises.
and beating things. I don't know.
I saw her beating you.
Cassie.
And
Dude,
she
something,
beat
bro.
the hell out of me. I don't know
Yeah,
if you saw Josie's
it's-
story,
Dude,
but she whacked me with a fern plant.
What?
she's
Where
insane.
did she get a fern?
I don't know.
Who gave the kid a
She
fern?
beats the shit out of fucking Beho like 24/7.
Good. That's okay.
Understandable.
You got homework to do.
Yeah, I think we've probably got enough on the podcast
Yeah.
here this week.
Quick, everybody say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.